Dealing with a toxic boss and a toxic work environment. It's usually the culture of the company. It's not necessarily the boss's fault. But I tell you, this gets me so fired up. I had to come out to the creek here and just listen to the wonderful sounds. Oh, I wish you could hear it. Oh, it's incredible. Beautiful creek. Check it out. And the little Polaris has done an awesome job of getting me here. Really has. On the back 40, as they used to say. But yeah, toxic bosses and toxic culture. Oh my goodness. There's just not many things out there for this. Not many strategies. I've got a few you can try. But you know, in today's corporate world, we need to learn how to block the negative energies and do our best to prevent the toxicity from affecting our mental health, our physical health, our families, and just our overall well-being and peace of mind. All right. You know, I talked about there's a few strategies, but they're short-term. They're very short-term strategies just to help you survive. All right, because the real best possible solution is to get out. And maybe this isn't possible for you for right now. So be sure to, you know, upskill yourself. Start looking for opportunities. Be observant. There's plenty out there. There's communities that can help you. Like the ULA community. Unbelievable. We'll talk about that another day. But get out. Right? You got to get out. Oh, and I'm speaking to many of my friends. Please get out. You know how it's affecting you. I can hear it in your voice. I can see it on your face. Your families know. Trust me, mine did. Right? But, you know, with time, you'll realize that the only way that anything's going to change or improve is for you to get out. And it'll be crystal clear once you leave. I promise you that. Be crystal clear. Well, you can hope, like I did, that things would change, right? You can hope that things will get better, that things will improve, that maybe your boss will quit or leave. But something I noticed, because I had many, the next boss that comes in, given a little bit of time, will end up being the same way because it's the culture. That's just the way it is. The extreme pressure coming from above. Just what ends up happening. And you can't stop that. You can't change that. The earbud fell out. And it's not your fault. Right? Your bosses don't care about your well-being or their impact on you or your team's productivity. In fact, some of them actually relish, brag about, and enjoy the fact that they're not liked, that they're hated. I have literally heard them brag about that. Haha, nobody likes me, so it's easier for me to get things done through them because I don't worry if they like me or not. And they've told me I needed to be the same way. Curtis, you're going to be a failure because you're too nice. You care too much about your people. It's okay if they hate you. Well, yeah, not everybody has to like you. But my goodness gracious. How toxic are you being? Right? You don't attempt to be liked when you're a leader. You attempt to be inspirational, to help guide them to the best that they can possibly be at work and hopefully at home. But we're not trained to do that. Most leaders aren't trained to do that. They train you to tell and they train you to do. Well, that's what they were trained. They don't know any better. You got to look at people's personalities. Hopefully you can upskill them, change their behavior, talk to them in their language. Behaviors are a huge thing. And you can tell when there's toxicity in the environment because everybody's behaviors are affected in a dramatic way. All right. Toxic bosses and a culture can affect everything in your life. Your confidence, your self-worth, your self-esteem slowly goes away. And then you don't think that you can do anything else, right? That's where they get you. You don't think that you can do anything else because your confidence is so low. Well, I might as well stay here. Oh, and I've heard this. At least it's the devil I know. Oh my God, I get it. I've kind of been there and I've agreed with that statement in the past. But, whew, that's fear. Man, that's fear coming out. That's one strategy, is stop being afraid of your toxic boss. For they dwell on that. Trust me, they dwell on that and they use that against you. Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously, absolutely. So fear, get rid of the fear. What's the worst thing that can happen? They can fire you. Could be really inconvenient for the time being, but could be a blessing also, a true blessing. Man, in the long term, you'll be a lot more successful if you get out. Or maybe you can move up and make the changes that you know need to be made. That's another opportunity. Move up so that you can be in the position to make that change. And that would be awesome. I mean, it really would. It'd be tough because you're going to have a lot of people fighting against you, but you can do it. So you don't necessarily have to get out. But for most people, that's their only option. You know, eventually, karma will come back around. Just remember that. Stop your fears. Remember, karma will come around. You may never see it, you may never know it, but trust me, it'll happen. It'll happen. Stop blaming yourself, if I haven't said that already. Wow. A lot of people do. Well, I must be bad because my boss tells me I'm bad. Or I must not be up to expectations because obviously they tell me that. So it must be true. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault the way that they are. There's no telling what's happened in their past that's made them that way. There's no telling the toxicity that they dealt with when they were moving up in a company. They're just doing what were learned. They learned that. Or, like I said, something terrible happened in their life to make them that kind of a person. But you got to do what you got to do to survive until you can get out of that situation. Like I said, reach out. I may not be able to give you all the answers, but somebody can. Let's start a group. Let's start a, not Alcoholics Anonymous, but maybe a toxic workplace environment anonymous. What do you think about that? Yeah, I know this video is going a little long, and I apologize. But now that I'm by the creek, oh, you've got to see this. Oh, can you see that little waterfall there? Oh my goodness. And it comes right down through there. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful and peaceful, calming, relaxing. Get your mindset right. Oh, and yeah, like I said earlier, if you're just wishing for that boss to leave, that may happen, but count on the next one being the same. So you're kind of stuck like Chuck, as a good friend of mine used to say. Stuck like Chuck. Or at least you feel that you are. But you're not. I promise. I promise that you're not. Give me all the excuses in the world. Trust me, I've used them all. I really have. And it took me a long time to gain the confidence and realize that I was worthy of something better. And not just a better work environment, but a better life in general. And yeah, my wife, Michelle, she had a huge part in that. It took her years. She quit her corporate job, which is the same one I was in, 2 years before I did, and now I know why. Life is better. It's a tough transition. But then again, there's people out there that can help you through, I promise. Man, I tell you what, I want to go enjoy the rest of this beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope that you can too. But if you're in a toxic work environment. So remember, because really, 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 you were born of greatness for greatness. For the great teacher said, you will do greater things than I. So get out there and do it. Get out there and do it. Join me. Come along on this journey. It's challenging, but it's awesome. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.